What's going on, everyone? It's Craig, certified technician here at ApplianceVideo.com. And today we have brought to you this amazing Amana side-by-side refrigerator, and I'll be showing you how to go into Diagnostics, do a couple of quick tests, as well as go over those error codes. But before we get too far, let's go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. Without further ado, let's jump right in. Before we get into diagnostics, it's very important to familiarize yourself with the main control board at the top. When you look at it, you have a set of snowflakes going down, and these are going to be listed D6, D7, D8, D9, and then of course you have your switch. So to enter diagnostics, what we'll want to do is press on the toggle switch until your indicators go all the way up to D6, which is the minimum setting. And then I want you to unplug your refrigerator, wait about 1-2 minutes, plug it back in, and then once you plug it back in, what you want to do is you want to press on your selector key as well as hold your door switch at the same time until it goes into tech mode. And what will happen is the LEDs will blink, stay illuminated, and then turn off, showing you that you have entered diagnostics. Now, every time you want to advance in diagnostics, you simply want to press the selection key. And then every time you press it, you'll notice that an LED will illuminate. The minimum LED, which is LED 6, will never illuminate through this phase. But what you'll find is LED D7, D8, and D9 will illuminate depending on what step we are on. So let's say you press it and the first thing that pops up is LED D7. This is going to be the second LED on the screen. This is going to be a cooling test. And at this phase, you can test to make sure the compressor is running, all of your fans are running, and that we do not have any weird noises. If you're having cooling problems, this is usually the test to start with, which is why it's the first test. So once again, make sure your fans are running so that you do have proper airflow, and make sure your compressor is running. And then once you're done with this, you can press the selector key again. Your LED will turn off, showing you that you have exited the test. Advancing further, we'll press the key again, and then your LED D8 will pop up. D8 is a defrost system test. So what you'll want to look for during this test is to look inside the freezer and see if there's a formation of ice on the back wall. If there is, there's probably a problem within the defrost system. This unit needs to go through defrost every couple of hours in order to keep the airflow circulating throughout the refrigerator. So when this test is operating, what you want to listen for is a sizzle inside the freezer compartment. If you do not hear a sizzle, the chances are your heater or bimetal or whatever controls it is probably bad. Defrost it overnight, take off that evaporator cover, and start to test out your defrost components. Pressing the selector key again obviously will exit that test. Your D8 illumination will turn off. And then once you press it again, your D9 will come up. D9 is a no-load test, so you will not want to focus on this or anything like that, but it is important what follows after. Once we press it again, it will turn off, but then all of a sudden an LED will pop up. This is going to be for your fault codes. When you're looking at the fault codes, what you'll want to know is that each number is a fault code with exception of D6. So we have D7, D8, and D9. And then there are circumstances where you may have multiple fault codes. So let's go ahead and go through it. The first fault code you may find is if your D7 is illuminated. This is an indication that your main board is having an issue. You may find the D8 is illuminated, indicating that you have a refrigerator sensor that's bad. Or maybe your D9 is illuminated, showing you that you have a defrost sensor that's bad. In situations where you have multiple error codes, like maybe your D9 and D8 are both illuminated, this indicates that you have a refrigerator and defrost sensor issue. If you find D8 and D7 both illuminated, this is an indication that you have a problem with the main board and refrigeration sensor. D9 and D7 illuminated means that there's a problem with the main board and defrost sensor. And then finally, if you find D9, D8, and D7 all illuminated, that means you have multiple failures with the sensors and drivers. Once you have went through your fault codes, you can exit this test by simply pressing the key again. Your LEDs will turn off, and then you'll find your D8 will illuminate, showing you that you're at the medium preferred temp setting. Now this is the end of diagnostics on this refrigerator, pretty short and sweet. But if you need your tech manual, you can obtain it by either going to the manufacturer's website or posting it in the repair help section on ApplianceVideo.com. Now that we are done with this, go ahead and unplug your machine for about 5 minutes. plug it back in, reset the whole system, highly advised. And of course, once again, make sure you like, subscribe, and as always, I'll see you next time.